We are live and recording. And my name, again, is Andy, the Ink Writer. I am thrilled to be here on a Thursday afternoon. Like I said, it's noon here on the East Coast. It's 9 a.m. out on the West Coast. And if you're in between, well, you're somewhere in between those times. Good morning to most of you. Good afternoon to the few of us here on the East Coast or perhaps in the other parts of the world. Really, really excited about the new format that Thursday noon webinars are going to take. We are going to do a lot of training on how to build your business. This is a webinar that is intended mostly for activated founders, for elite distributors, and for other folks that are looking to grow their Inkway business. The Wednesday night at 8 p.m., which is going to be available by usually Thursday sometime, a little bit later this afternoon, we'll have that up on the InkWayUSA.com channel. That is the overview of the entire piece of why you'd want to own a business, why you'd want to look at the Inkway business, why you want to grow it. This is meant for folks who are already in the business, who have already made the commitment to become a founder and activate as a founder, or who have become an elite distributor. Those are the two levels we have within our company, along with customers. We have elite distributors, we have founders, and this is training again for the elite distributors and the founders. We're going to talk to you about getting paid 5 to 9 different ways, building your business, leveraging things, and making all of this work for you. So again, really, really happy to be here, really excited for where we're headed with all this, and can't wait to talk to you about the upside of Inkway. We talk a little bit about this when we go through the main overview of the model. I'm going to take this a slightly different angle and a slightly different tact here as we move forward. Inkway provides a really great upside, partially because it's a disruptive model in what's currently a $70 billion industry. It's going to be a $130 billion, that's billion with a B, market by 2020. We have a lot of great price competitiveness. So as a business owner in Inkway, as a founder or elite distributor, you got to realize you're selling at 50%, sometimes even 75% less than what the competition has. When people find out that they can save 50% on something that they use regularly, when they find out they can get just as high, if not higher quality ink or toner from you, someone they know, and not have to drive to the big box store or drive to the discount store or go online and order from someone they don't know, we're always able and willing to beat prices. Even if somebody comes up with something outlandish, we'll find a way to show you how to beat it. The cause that people believe in, well, you are that cause. Again, we're a disruptive direct sales model, meaning there's nobody else out there selling directly to consumers in the ink industry. The folks you know on your street, the folks you know through your PTA, through your soccer club, through your church, through your community activities, the other businesses in the building where you work, all sorts of people are potential customers. What do you have to do? You have to learn how to market your company and market what you do as something they believe in as well. One of the greatest things about it is you get to show them how green technologies, and I threw the extra E in there because that's Lenny's last name, but when we go green twice. We go green for the planet, and we go green because it's Lenny Green with an E. These green technologies save the planet because we keep these cartridges out of the landfills. There's 30 cartridges sold every second. It'll be 60 every second by the time we hit the year 2020. That ends up with a lot of landfill waste. You don't want to have to contribute to that if you don't have to, and we show you how not to have to, and we show you how to take that. And I'm going to show you a little bit later on in this presentation how that ties into getting offices to pay attention to you and order from you consistently online and get you 10% back on your online store on a consistent basis. Or better yet, they let you come by the office, refill their inkjet printers, refill their toner, and take care of them that way. A much better profit margin for you there. More work, better profit margin. Those two sometimes seem to go together. All right, compensation in 5 to 9 different ways. We're going to show you how to tap into every one of those today. Whether you're a founder or an elite distributor. Elite distributors get 5, founders get 9. We're going to show you how to tap into that. I want to mention On the upside side of things, there's product support here, there's tech support here. We do training like we're doing now. We're going to talk about everything from social media training, LinkedIn training. We're going to talk about how to get signed up with Opportunity Launch, how to use the whiteboard videos we have. We talk about them on the Wednesday night deal, but we don't actually get into detail. We're going to get into detail here tonight and today and show you what the story is and how this all works. We also handle all the stocking, shipping, and handling for you. We take care of marketing materials. We take care of education and support. We have a low entry price point, low monthly operations cost, and an ability to begin right now. So what can InkWay do for you? Well, in a recent CNN report, we talk about this a lot, there's a decrease of $400 per month for the average American family. We can lend a hand to you, helping put that money back in your pocket, and maybe more if you want to work. We'll show you how. I'll show you very distinctly how to make anywhere between $200 and $500, and then $500 and $2,000 here as we move forward per month extra. And if you want to turn this into a full-time job, then you can make even more than that. What I'm showing you is a way to do this even part-time that anyone can do from the comfort of their own home in large part. And if they want to go out and work it, they can start making that $2,000 and plus a month. If they want to go out and actually plug this and make this a full-time job and start doing the LinkedIn side of things and start doing the social media and start doing the work every day, I'm telling you right now, just from my own experiences with this, you can be making thousands and thousands of dollars if you make this a main job. If you have it as a side job, a secondary job, a tertiary job, which a lot of us have to do to make sure we have more money than month when we get to the end of the month, then we're going to lend you a hand putting money in your pocket to help you pay those bills, help you send the kids to camp, help you do whatever your why is and whatever it is that makes things tick for you. We're going to help you get there, and we're going to show you how to do that today. Now, we talk about people, and we talk about, people are honestly just kind of mad in general right now. There's a lot of anger, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of disillusion, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of people that are tired of the status quo. InkWay is giving you a chance to show them they're getting taken over the barrel, literally, on the oil that produces of the ink here. And they get bug-eyed and crazy like this guy on the left when they find out they're spending $9,000 a gallon on ink. To put it really simply, our ink costs 8 cents a milliliter. Theirs costs $2 a milliliter. We have a solution to help people save a boatload of money on something they always have to spend money on anyway, and that's so prohibitively expensive when they go to the big box retailer or the local office supply store or wherever they're getting their inks from and their toners from. They already know they're getting taken advantage of. They just don't know how badly. So one of the first things you start to communicate to people is, do you know how much you're paying for your ink? Do you know what kind of impact it has on the environment when you throw those cartridges in the landfill? That takes us on to our next slide. Do you want to save money while saving the planet? Well, 30 and it'll be 60 inkjet or toner cartridges are sold per second. Guess where most of those end up when they're replacing other cartridges and toner drums? In the landfill. It's a huge issue. It's a massive problem. We have an eco alternative. We have an ability to show people how to refill, reuse, recycle. And while they're doing that, guess what? They become a client and customer of yours ongoingly for good. Once you've talked to them and shown them how they can reduce their carbon footprint, how they can start to save the planet and save money, you're a hero for them. I can tell you right now that more and more and more office managers that I speak to about ink and about reducing their carbon footprint and about going green while saving green, they care about both parts of that now, not just the saving the money part. Most of the people that run offices at this point are Gen Xers or millennials. Those two generations, and I'm a Gen Xer, care more about saving the planet than any group has cared about it for a long, long time. They will factor that into their decision in how they purchase something. If you show them how they can lessen their impact on the environment, it starts to make a selling difference for you. What if you went to 10 different offices and you won 3 anyway, and then you won 2 more because suddenly people actually care about saving more money? Well, if those offices order $1,000 worth of supplies every month, you went from making $300 in commission to making $500 in commission, and that could be every month, that could be every 2 months, that could be every quarter, that could be twice a year. Depends on the size of the office and how much they order. But they become your customer for life, residually, ongoingly, as it spins through. Now, another thing, I was just at a office park in Atlanta, actually in Decatur, if we want to be really specific, right outside Atlanta. And it's a sort of industrial manufacturing office park area. And I went into one of the buildings, and I was talking with the lady who's the office manager there. And she said, well, we've got these really old printers here. Nobody even wants to service them anymore. I'm sure you don't have, you have to order these things, especially from this one retailer that still has the ink drums or the toner drums. Well, we have a solution for every printer, and I showed her how she can actually replace the toner herself in each one of those cartridges and continue to reuse the cartridges she has, and then order more from us when she needs to. If she, somehow damages the drum or anything like that. But every printer has a solution through InkWay USA. Every single one of them. There's high quality ink, brilliant colors, crisp, clean, clear, long lasting. You're not selling something that's lower priced because it's lower quality. You're selling something that's lower priced because we understand how to not take advantage of the market in a grotesque way and still make a halfway decent profit that we can pass along to you, the folks who are out there in the field working this. Unlike a lot of the other folks who see this as black gold, who see this as the most expensive liquid in the world, which it is, and want to profiteer off of it, you realize, I'm going to take a little side journey here. Those cartridges you're purchasing for your new printers, if you're purchasing them from the major manufacturers, the inkwell inside of those has shifted from what used to be 12 and 10 and 8 milliliters down to as little as 4 or 5 milliliters of ink in each one of those cartridges. Okay? Each one of those cartridges looks like it used to, but it doesn't hold as much ink, which is a great thing for you when you start refilling them because you get more refills per inkjet refill station. But it's a horrible thing because you're still paying as much. If you go to the big box stores or the discount stores or the whatever it is, the office supply store, and you purchase those cartridges, it still costs as much as it used to, if not more. $20, $25, $30, $35, $40, $45 for the really big double black cartridges that are maybe 15 milliliters. Okay, that's crazy. That's insane. To go pay more for something that, quite frankly, you shouldn't be paying more for. You should be paying less. You should be ordering here. Now, when you figure that there's 2 printers in every home, there's 7 in every office, you got to know that everyone uses ink. So what do you need to do? You need to start asking people, where do you buy your ink? Do you know how much you pay per gallon of ink? When they find out they're paying $9,000 a gallon, ask them, be straight up. Do you like getting ripped off? Would you like to change that? I don't care if it's a parent of a school kid who's printing out reports constantly and running through ink like mad. I don't care if it's a retired grandparent who's printing out pictures that she took of the birds in the sanctuary when they went for their walk last Thursday. I don't care if it's a teacher who's printing out tests at home or printing out sheets and quizzes at home because they forgot to print them at school and they need them at 8 a.m. and they're not sure if they're going to be able to get into school fast enough in the morning to print them there. If you're a hobbyist who's printing out scrapbooking things, or you're doing anything like that at home, that left side column is the stuff that's at home. That's working with folks who do things out of their house. It might be somebody even owns a small business out of their house. Now, on the other side, getting into the commercial aspects of this, attorney offices go through a lot of ink. Medical offices, dental, cosmetic surgery, doctor's offices, etc., they all go through a ton of toner and ink. Realtors mortgage brokers, appraisers, um, insurance offices of all different types, whether it's property and casualty, whether it's health, whether it's life, CPA offices, churches, nonprofits, schools. The businesses can be large, they can be small. If they have an office attached to them, I went into a warehouse group a couple weeks ago expecting, hey, they're going to tell me, hey, we have a warehouse, we don't really use that much ink, blah, 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 blah. And it turned into one of the best conversations I've had with anybody in a while. Because guess what? While she only goes through, only a drum every month on 7 different printers in her office, and we could save her 50% off. Guess who she's ordering from now? But not only in that case, but then she turned around and referred me to 9 other businesses of people she knows that she thought would be able to utilize what we're doing and would have an interest in it because we were saving them money and we were saving the planet all at the same time. Let me just tell you, I haven't had a chance to talk to all 9 of them, but I've gotten a great reception from the ones I've talked to. And you know why? Because I took the time to ask, so where do you buy your ink? And she told me, come on in, we'll talk about it. This was at a networking function. Folks, this isn't what I do full time. I ask these questions because I'm a cost containment guy and a risk reduction guy. My company, Beneficity, that I run on a regular daily basis, and then I do a lot of coaching on the side and a lot of training on the side and a lot of work with Lenny here at InkWay on the side, because I believe in staying busy. I believe in growing multiple streams of income, and I believe in the fact that ink is one of the best ways to make money out there. Now, let's talk a little bit about how you make your money within InkWay and why so many people as founders might not even realize the opportunity they have in front of them to recoup their investment and add $2,000 in profit directly into their pocket in the first few months they're working without doing anything other than one piece. Realize when you sign up as a founder, it's $1,000 a unit for founding units. You get 4 inkjet refill stations per founding unit. If you go in and you do 200 refills, there's 4 refill stations times 50 refills, which you'll get at least that many out of them. You're going to make $750 again times what? 4. 750 times 1, 750. 750 times 2, 1,500 times 3 times 4. You're up to $3,000. Okay. You put in 1,000, you get 3,000 back, and you should get actually more than that. Honestly, I'm lowballing to make sure you make your numbers. Okay, because most people that come in, we can get more than 50 refills. Their cartridges aren't completely empty, and because they only hold 5 milliliters, and this is based on 10 or 12 milliliters. These numbers here, they're based on older cartridges. Now, that's how you make your money right out of the gate. The next ways you make your money, and those refills are available to distributors as well. They get an ink refill station to start. You can turn around and start making money, just not as much as you make as a founder. You got to make your decision. When you get in at $300 plus $49.99 a month as an elite distributor, or do you get in $1,000 plus $49.99 a month as a founder? So the next piece that you're making on, I'm going to go to bonus number 5. Okay, you get a 10% bonus on all web store sales. Now, if you don't have your web store that you know of, or you can't remember what it was, or you can't remember what you did with it, or any of those kind of things, go to inkonline.net. Go to the bottom of inkonline.net. Click on the button that says affiliate link. When you do that, you're going to go to the affiliate link. You're going to fill out the information, and you're going to get a referring URL. Okay, that's going to be a unique to you website. It is a replicated inkonline.net website. It looks like inkonline.net, it acts like inkonline.net, but it has your tag in it so that when somebody comes through, they're tagged to you. Once we have their information in the system, they're tagged to you ongoingly. You're in great shape at that point. No reason whatsoever to worry about whether that customer is yours or not, because they're yours for life at that point. And again, 10% bonus on all web store sales. So if somebody orders something this month and it comes back 6 months from now, we'll show you monthly totals, but that is incremental and residual and ongoing. And that's the beautiful part about it. Now, bonus number 6. If you refer an elite distributor, you get $40 when they pick up their first inkjet realization, and 6 months later, if they're still on paying their $49.99 a month, which most of them are, you're going to get another $40. So we say it's an $80 referral opportunity bonus per year, okay, each year. If you're not already starting to see where this builds a residual ongoing income, I would love you to go ahead and ping me questions afterwards and let me know what didn't make sense here. Because these 3 pieces, bonuses 5, 6, and 7, are great ways to come out of the gate in their first couple months and actually turn any money you put into the, any money you've had to build out for you're building your business. That $1,000 for the founder unit, that $49.99 a month. Guess what? You're getting all of that back and more very quickly. Now, the other ways in which founders and distributors get paid, everybody gets shares of the elite bonus pool. Everybody gets a bonus of $60 one time if they refer a founder. And founders get to take part in company profit sharing pools and the matching company profit sharing pools, which I'll describe briefly later on. The other part is the 1.5% bonus return on purchase price. Well, we have to hit tens of thousands of distributors before we're able to pass that back to people. And I think a lot of people misunderstood that. They thought it would happen immediately. They thought it would happen quickly. They thought it would happen by now. I've heard all sorts of different things. It's not anywhere near happening. And the reason it's not anywhere near happening is because we don't have people out working this model as a business or as a part-time opportunity. They're sitting back and waiting to get paid. That won't work. And, I want to be clear as a business coach and as a business person, you get back out of a business what you put into it. If you sit back and wait for somebody else to do work so you can get paid, quite frankly, you're not going to get real far. And I think a lot of people got disillusioned or had misconceptions about what they thought would happen. And we don't have the number of distributors we would need to do that yet. We don't have the number of distributors and the income coming in for a huge payout on elite bonus pool or a huge payout on company profit sharing at this point. But we have a chance to change that between now and December 31st when we'll actually pay out on those pools. So if you want to do your part, well, then how do you do it? Well, how do you begin your business? Well, some of the goals that I would put out there for everybody who's looking to build a business here, whether you're an elite distributor or you're a founder, get 8 people who sign up and stay on as elite distributors, and just in those referral bonuses, your monthly business expenses for the year are pretty much covered as either a distributor or a founder. If you find 5 people to refill for each week to start, you ask them to refer you to friends of theirs, and you take the time to talk about your new business, but in a helpful, not a salesy manner. Let me address that for just a minute. Again, what are you doing? You're helping them save money. You're helping them save the planet. You're saving them the inconvenience of going to the store. You're giving them the advantage of working with you, or maybe your teenager, or maybe your college student. My teenager at 16 has a couple things he's doing for money right now, but he's starting to mention ink because he knows we have an ink refill kit sitting, refill station, sitting right there, beside our printer, in between my desk and the printer stand. And he knows that I refill for other people, and he knows that he can also. And then he just pays me back what the cost is, and he takes the profit. So he started refilling for friends of his who have had their parents then turn around and say, hey, you know what? Why don't you go see so-and-so who's my office manager? See if you can refill for our ones in the office. I love the fact that you have your own business. He's 16. He makes more money than I did at 30. Okay? And I think that the big difference between him and most people that I see trying to run a business is he puts his whole heart and soul into it and pushes it and talks about it, but in a helpful way. If someone says they're not interested, he doesn't dog them. If someone says, hey, I already have a source for my ink and it's really inexpensive and I'm happy with it, or I get ink as a lease with my printer, he doesn't bother them anymore. But what he does do is he asks them, do you know anybody else that doesn't have that? Is there someone you know I could talk to, or do you have printers at home? Could I do them there? I mean, I might not have to do the 18 printers in your office, but maybe I could do the 2 that you have at home. Oh, you know what? My sister-in-law has a mortgage company that she runs out of her basement. Why don't you talk to her? I'll give you her number, etc., etc., etc. It's about building relationships. It's about asking questions. It's about not being pushy, but being curious. Find 5 people to refill for each week. One more point here again. Even if you start with 1 person to refill for in a week, and that grows to 2 or 3, and then it grows to 4 or 5, then it grows to 6 or 7, then it grows to 10, then it grows to 18. And suddenly, each week, you have more and more people you're refilling for, and then guess what? The people you were refilling for 6 months ago come back to you and say, hey, Andy, you know what? I need you to refill these things again. I already ran through them. It was so inexpensive to have you do them the last time. What did you charge me? $12 a pop. And I get 4 cartridges, so I gave you a 50. I'll give you a 50 again to refill all 4 of these for me. Okay, great. Again, I know that I'm looking at 5 milliliters of ink on most of those. I'm happy to charge them at $12 a pop because I get the residual ongoing business. And for under $50, they refill their entire stable of all their ink, everything, all 4 color cartridges, well, black and the 3 color cartridges. That's crazy. I could spend almost that much on a 2-pack of black ink at the store. All right, let's move on. So it comes down to a pretty simple question. How much do you need a month? Showed you earlier and told you earlier that we would show you how to put between 200 and 500 in your pocket. We showed you how to put between 500 and 2,000 and 2,200 in your pocket. I'm going to show you some examples here up on the screen. It's good to set goals when you start your business. If you know what you're shooting for and you know what your goals are, well, then you have stuff to strive for. If you don't make your goals, it doesn't mean you failed. It means you need to readjust. You need to look at what you're doing. You need to figure out, first of all, were the goals reasonable? If they were, how do I get to them next time? If they weren't, maybe I need to adjust them a little bit. But if you refer just 5 people a month, 5 people to the webinars who become elite distributors, and you get that $40 that one time, that's an extra $200 in your pocket. That's not a big number, folks. That's not a huge number at all. 4 or 5 people at $40, you're looking at $160, $200 extra dollars. If you refer 5 people and refill 5 printers and say 20 cartridges, that's at least another $250 for a total of $450. If you refer 5, you refill for 5, and you sell $500 worth of supplies to somebody's office, that's another $50 in 10% commission off the $500. You're now at $500 a month. For a lot of people, that makes a huge difference. That's the difference between making bills or not making bills. That's the difference between making bills and having an extra couple $100 or just barely making bills. It's the difference between being able to go out to dinner with your family once a week, if that's what you want to do with your extra $500, or it's maybe twice a week, depending on where you eat, or it's for instance, I just used the extra money I made 2 months ago to take my son and I out on a 1-week whitewater expedition where we were on a couple different rivers, all on a row. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. And you know what? I sat back and smiled about it because I wouldn't have had that money if it wasn't for running my InkWay business. All told, it cost about $800 that trip. Okay? All told, it was about $800 to do that trip. What paid for it? My ink business. That's remarkable. Now, if you need, let's say, 500 to 2,200, if you refill a printer a day, that's 25 printers a month. It's a little less than a printer a day. You can make at least an extra $1,000. If you refer $2,000 of sales to your website. Now, what does that take? That takes talking to a bunch of different businesses each month and building that up. You're going to make another $200 at least because you're making 10% of the sales. Then let's say you refer 25 people per month that sign up as elite distributors or as founders. You're going to make at least $40 each off of them up front. That's another $1,000. And then in 6 months, when they get there and the next 40 coming into you, that's another $1,000 that month. So again, what happens? It builds. Same thing with the 10%. That $2,000 worth of sales this month is worth $200. 6 months from now, when those people all reorder, 3 months from now, when some of those folks reorder, that kind of thing, that's extra money that month. So this is a total right now of 2,200 that I'm showing you here in the blue. So plus residuals, plus referrals, plus your shares of the biannual elite bonus pool. And if you're a founder, you're also looking at your shares of the profit pools. So why is business coming in so important to you, whether you're an elite distributor or a founder? Well, as an elite distributor, we all share in the elite bonus pool. Every time an inkjet refill station goes out the door, $31.50 goes back into that elite bonus pool. $31.50 goes into the elite bonus pool every time an inkjet refill station goes out the door. If you're doing your part and you're bringing a couple people a month who are signing up as distributors, that's a couple times a month, $31.50 just from your activity alone is being pumped into the elite pool. All elite distributors who are currently paying their $49.99 a month and all founders who are currently paying their $49.99 a month, when we launch the, or I should say, disperse the elite bonus pool at the end of June and the end of December, you will get your share of that pool. Founders, and again, this is why it's good to be a founder, and it's a great idea to jump in now. If you're an elite distributor and you haven't upgraded to being a founder, find a way to do it. If you're a founder and you haven't picked up more units, find a way to do it, and you'll see why here in just a second. 20% of company profits, both InkWay and AccuBrite. InkWay's the division you work for. AccuBrite, you don't even work for, and Lenny's taking 20% of those profits and putting them back over. That's the wholesale side of things for the big box stores. It's also the wholesale side of things for the catalog companies, people like that we're selling to. He's taking 20% of those and putting them into 4 pools the following way. So that 20% gets split 4 times equally. Pool A, any founder with at least 1 unit or a portion of a unit will share in their part of Pool A. In Pool B, founders with at least 2 units share in Pools A and B. Pool C is for founders with at least 5 units. They share in Pools A, B, and C. Obviously, A is the smallest amount, B is the second smallest amount, C would be the biggest amount because there's going to be less people with 5 founder units. So the amount might be the same. If it's $100,000 and there's 10 of you in there, that's $10,000 coming your way. All right, that's an example. Again, income claims not being made here. It's an example. Pool D is for the purchasing founder with the most units. It's a special little pool for anybody who decides they want to have the most units. There's people just out there that are like that. They want to be the big wig. They want to be the big man on campus. They want to be the person who's put the most in. Now, that said, I think it's great when you put the most in, but I hope you're also out there working your business just like everybody else. If you're in that position, get out there, do what you need to do. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more here now, and I've only got about 7 to 10 minutes left. I don't want to drag this out forever for you, but what else can you do to leverage the resources you have? Well, one, get yourself over to Opportunity Launch. I'll take these pieces here if I can. I don't think I can actually copy them now. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'll send these out as a follow-up to today's webinar to the entire list of folks that we have out there. I will send these resources out to each one of you and show you how to get signed up for Opportunity Launch and give you the videos that we have, once for customers, once for distributors. We can customize them for you. There is a fee for that. But if you contact us at ceo@inkwayusa.com and say, I want customized videos, we'll get you the details on how much it costs to customize them, and we'll get you the time frame on how fast we can get them back to you. I just got orders for them last night coming in, and I contacted our video person, and his comment was that he is jacked this week, and he'll be able to get to it Monday or Tuesday. So as far as it's concerned, there may be a few day delay, but we will get you your own customized videos if you want them, which means customized means it has your information at the end. It has your referral link and your phone number and your name and your information. Right now, it's the InkWay general information, the 559-434-1000, the InkWay USA, the inkonline.net, that kind of thing is at the end right now. Now, I do want to spend a few minutes talking about LinkedIn training and social media training. Most people are very familiar with both Facebook and Twitter and things like that. It's great for talking to your friends about your new ink business. It's great for setting up a business page on Facebook and asking people to like it and come and take a look at what's possible in savings for them for their home printers, their home offices, especially the folks that work from home. On the LinkedIn side, it's a professional network where you're going to want to go in and talk to them about what you can do to save their office money. And you can go and tap on a lot of doors pretty quickly, even in your own network. You can go through and sort by all the office managers that are within your area. You can go through and take a look at all sorts of different things, and we'll show you how to do that in a very specific LinkedIn training session here on down the line. Again, if you're interested in that, let me know. Let us know. CEO at InkWayUSA.com, Mark at InkWayUSA.com. Either one of those, we'll start to develop a list of people that are interested. We'll find a time that works for everybody, and we'll run a true LinkedIn training. But to reach out to these folks, you can send them the customer whiteboard. You can send them the information there and get yourself started. Opportunity Launch, the reason you want to get started there is there's landing pages, capture pages, all sorts of things available that you can then point people to and capture their information and set them up on an autoresponder that's going to send them a couple emails that talk about both the opportunity as a customer, the opportunity as a distributor. You can even contact them personally to talk to them about becoming a founder. But the easiest way to do all that is get them to come to a Wednesday night webinar. All right. Now, I hear a lot of stuff from people. This sounds great, but, okay, there's no but here. There really isn't. And I can't stress this enough. I've done a lot of work with people as a business coach and an evaluator of potential business opportunities. I have looked at tons and tons of businesses. I have not ever really seen too many places where on the kind of work you do here, you can make about $30 to $50 an hour versus a normal $8 to $12 an hour at a normal job, okay? 8 to 12 hours at a normal job. That's $12 an hour at a normal job. That's just kind of crazy. You don't want to be working $8 to $12 at a normal job when you can be making $30 to $50 an hour working here. You also get to work your own hours here. I don't have to be out at 11:30 on a Friday night working in a restaurant. I don't have to be sweating under the hot sun, moving rocks, or laying down tan bark, or mowing somebody's lawn in the middle of the afternoon and it's blazing hot out. I don't have to be generally dealing with customers I don't like. In large part, you're going to like the people you're working with because they like you. You're saving them money. Now, you compare this to the cost of a franchise or a licensing agreement, and then you look at the type of support you get versus the support you get elsewhere. This is one of the best bang for the buck opportunities running, period. And there's more coming. And that's the other part I want to stress to people. So I want you to get motivated. I want you to get people coming to the webinars. The webinar Wednesday night at 8, again, we'll talk about how all this works. Thursdays at noon is a training webinar. You begin to recap this by asking, where do you buy your ink? Do you know how much ink costs most of us per gallon? You advertise to them your ability to refill. You let them know about your website. You let them know you're saving them 50 to 75% off. You tell them they're shopping by cartridge number on your website, not printer model, cartridge number or cartridge type. It says very clearly on the cartridges what type they are and what you're supposed to look for that way. Or you can call in to 559-434-1000, or you can write into CEO or Mark at InkWayUSA.com. But if you begin leveraging the marketing tools and resources we've made available to you to help yourself, you start talking about what you do. You start talking to people about the fact you can refill for them and get them moving. You know, we talked about this before. As someone who's already involved, you probably are already, if you sat through this, you're an elite distributor or you're a founder. If you're a founder, I will encourage you, while there are units available, pick 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 more up. Do it now while they're available. Once that opportunity closes, there's no going back. If you're not activated as a founder, and let me stress this wholly, completely, and totally, if you are not activated, you have not taken the steps, and don't sit there and wonder if you're activated. If you don't know that you've activated, you haven't given your credit card for the $49.99 a month, then you're not activated. If you're not activated, you will not be eligible. And it needs to happen by the end of August. You have a little more than a month. Please do not wait until August 30th or August 31st to send us things and say, oh, I want in. Send us an email now so we can get with you in the next few days. What you do is you send your email to CEO@InkWayUSA. In the subject line, you write the word activate. And in the body, you give us your name, you give us your phone number, and you tell us that you want to activate. And we will call you to get your credit card number and go from there. I am very adamant that we will also, probably within the next few days, start to discuss the idea of having a capture page up so that we can get your credit card information from you online securely. We're not quite there yet with that, and I don't want to advertise it yet, but I want to let you know, for right now, the best way to do it is to give us the information, CEO@InkWayUSA.com. Do not send to market@InkWayUSA.com on this one. CEO@InkWayUSA.com. Really simple. Activate in the subject line, your name, your phone number. Even tell me the best times to call. Tell our staff the best times to call. One of us will reach out to you, get your credit card from you, get you activated and moving. Here's the deal. If you're not activated and moving by the 31st of August, I've shown you here time and time again through this model where we need people who are active. We need people who are working the business. In order to grow those pools and make this the opportunity that it should be and can be and will be, we need active participants. We need people who are working the model. If you're not going to be one of them, then we will reassign your founder unit on down the line after the 31st of August. But up until then, you have time to get with us for $49.99 a month and take advantage of the idea that you can still activate your foundership. Now, a lot of people, I'm going to say this up front too, are screaming, oh, this is unfair, this is not fair, I bought a founder unit, I should be rewarded for it. Well, you bought a founder unit, if you look at the contract, it says you need to be activated as an elite distributor, which means monthly fee, in order to be able to be an active founder, to get paid in the bonus pools, to get paid on your web store, to get paid for referrals. Those kind of things there's a monthly fee that goes with almost any business. This one's paltry. It's $50, $49.99. It's not even $50. It's got a penny underneath it. And guess what? Every 6 months, you get an inkjet refill station, which is worth at least $300 on a wholesale level. By the time you actually sell the ink in it, it's worth at least $750. So every 6 months, you're getting one of those. It covers the cost of you being in. If you have 8 distributors in, you're covering the cost that way of your monthly fee. However you look at it, you can cover the cost of your monthly fee. It's not that hard to do, and it's something I highly encourage each of you to do.